Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Erin and I'm a nurse obsessed with all things beauty. If you like relatable beauty content, lifestyle, skincare, all that stuff, subscribe to my channel and keep watching. So today we are trying a bunch of new products. We created this little makeup look and I'm really into it. I'd say I have more hits than misses. I have a little spot where I keep new products that I need to try so nothing gets left behind, and that was just building up again, so I figured let's just do a little chatty get ready with me, put on some new products. If that is something that interests you, just keep watching. We're double fisting here today with a smoothie and coffee. It's about 1:30 p.m. and I work tonight. If you don't know, I'm a night shift nurse. I'm trying to film some videos before work because I was feeling motivated, but I find if I do not have a cup of coffee before, like a small cup of coffee before work, and I wait until like 7 p.m. when I get to work to have my first cup of coffee, it's not good. I get a headache, I don't feel well, so I'm trying to just have a cup of coffee when I wake up. I have a full face about just about everything sitting in front of me here that I think we can do most things with, but I don't have a primer. So I'm going to apply a little bit of the Smashbox Primerizer. I did like a ton of skincare that was hydrating before this, but I just want to make sure before we try new foundation that our skin's nice and hydrated. So how are you guys? What's been going on? I can't believe it's like the end of January. Is it February today? I don't even know. For base, I have probably the products I'm most excited about that were sent to me from the brand, and it's a new brand called Merit Beauty, and they sent me a little goodie bag. They're a new clean brand that's focused on kind of minimalist makeup, and they sent me this cute little bag with it, and they sent me 2 products to try here, and one of them is their foundation. We'll get to the next one, but it's called the Minimalist Perfection Complexion Stick, and this is supposed to be, I think, kind of your all-in-one concealer foundation. It says swipe onto skin where you want coverage and buff it out with a brush so you can't tell what's you and what's makeup, which sounds really nice. The shade range on this is pretty nice. I think it's very well distributed, especially for, I think a lot of clean beauty brands don't have great shade ranges, so I think that's great. It comes in a little component like this, and I want to say it is more pricey, in the 30s. I will insert the price as usual. So here is the complexion stick. I got the shade Dune, which is, it might be a little cool. I got the cool tone light shade. So I'm gonna apply this to my face. My one thing about this is it's small and it's a stick, so I wonder, you know, for 30 some dollars, would this run out fairly quickly? I don't know. I'll have to try it. But I did swatch it on my hand, which was very dry per usual in winter, and that seemed to blend in really nicely. That's why I just drew this on my face. I usually don't use stick foundations, and if I do use a stick product, I don't always apply it straight to my face, but I figured that's the intent with this, is you just kind of swipe it on and apply. And I do have some blemishes to cover, so we will see how this does with that. I don't think this is something you would want to use a sponge with because it's already lighter coverage, and I think a sponge would just eat up your product. I would definitely recommend a brush with this. I'm also curious about their highlight. I'm curious about their lip oils. Look beautiful. They have beautiful cream blushes that kind of look like similar packaging but shorter to the Milk makeup. I definitely would love to try everything from this brand. It's looking really nice so far. I would definitely say it's a lighter coverage. I think this would be good for like no makeup days. It is looking a tad dry on my forehead, but my forehead tends to be dry, and I just am blending it in a little bit more. It's emphasizing my dry patches just a little bit on my, oh, I have sparkles on my hands. It's emphasizing the dry patches just a little bit on my cheeks, but nothing crazy. Not the worst I've ever seen. I definitely do think I will still do some spot concealing with concealer, so let me grab a concealer. I'm just gonna throw on a little bit of this Clinique Even Better concealer. on the spots I want to conceal and a little bit under my eyes. I don't personally know if I would use this as a concealer. I think this would be a good like one and done if you're running out the door, which I think is the purpose of it, so that's fine. I just think for today I want to be a little more glam, so I'm going to apply a concealer too. But overall I like that. I obviously need to try it more, but it's really pretty finish. It's really kind of creamy and emollient, and it does blend really well. Some stick foundations can be really dry and hard to blend out once you apply it to your face. Next we have brows, and that's where my other product from Merit Beauty comes in, and this is the Brow 1980 Volumizing Pomade, and it's a brow gel pomade. It says, a nod to the brows of the 80s. This pomade gives you thick, fluffy brows that hold all day, which is perfect. You know, I've been loving the Benefit brow gel, the Gimme Brow Gel, which I've never been a tinted brow gel type of girl, but that one just really got me because my brows are really thin and I feel like a lot of them can apply really goopy and just look unnatural on me. So I did kind of try this the other day, but not fully. So it comes in this beautiful gold packaging, and it's actually the long end is the wand. I kind of expected it to be the other way around. The long end is the wand, and then you have the product in here. And the brush is kind of like a fluffy kind of oblong shape. So I'm gonna apply this before I apply any other brow products, and then we'll see what this does and see what we need after. A lot of times I use brow gels for a one and done type look, so I just want to see what it looks like on its own before I use any other product. And I got the brown, I think they're like a brown, black, and a blonde. I got the brown shade. It's going on nice. It's not super goopy. If anything, I'd say I need to dip in again so I get more product. But it definitely is volumizing. You just do have to build it up a little bit. You have to be careful with this brush because it is kind of a fat brush that you don't put the product where you want. If anything, I might wish the brush was a little bit smaller, but if the goal is fluffy brows, I totally get it. I believe this is $24 or $26. It's definitely high-end clean beauty if that's something that you are drawn to. I like that. I think it's something I would wear to work on its own, but if I was going out, I would definitely apply another brow product to just perfect the shape a little bit, but that's fine. That's how I feel about most brow gels. The shade's pretty good for me. It's a tad warmer than the Benefit Gimme Brow I have in shade 3, but I like it so far. We'll have to see how it wears. I do have one other new brow product we can use to kind of perfect the brows a little bit more. It's the Brow Contour Pro from Benefit. I don't even know if they are discontinuing this because I found it at TJ Maxx last week for $9.99. I posted a little shop with me on my stories on Instagram. And I posted that I bought this, and then after I bought it, a lot of people posted that they actually didn't like this brow pen. So I've used it once. It's definitely bold. It comes with like a deep shade, definer, highlighter, and a lighter shade, and then it's kind of like one of those pens from elementary school where you click what you want and then you can twist it up. It's kind of cute. The reason I wanted to get this is because I've been liking to highlight my brows underneath because my brows tend to look messy down here, and I thought maybe I could use it for that. So I'm gonna use the deeper shade and just, this is really pigmented, so I'm just doing super light strokes. And then I'm gonna use the lighter shade and just go on the inner part. The one thing I don't love is this doesn't have a spoolie. A spoolie is an absolute necessity for me, so then I have to use my separate spoolie, which is kind of a pain, but I probably just wouldn't travel with this for that reason. My brows are looking a little warm on camera, but they look okay in person. Let's use a little bit of the definer shade just under here to see how that looks. It's a little bit orangey tone, if you can see that, but I think once you apply the rest of your makeup, you definitely won't be able to tell. I'm gonna do my other brow and then I will be right back. Finish my brows, and I have a few thoughts. First of all, this The whatever pencils are in here are super dry. It kind of was cracking off as I was using it. I don't know if this is old or what, but I hate when brow pencils do that, so that was disappointing. And then the other thing I felt like after I filled in my brows is that the Merit brow gel, it filled my brows in nicely without being goopy or anything like that. I don't really think it helps stand my brows up at all. I applied a little bit more and my brow hairs, they look okay, but I look for a little more hold in a brow gel. I obviously need to keep trying it out, but I think it's more for color than kind of giving you that laminated brows on end type of look. I forgot I have this little e.l.f. Camo Concealer Sponge I want to try. This is like $4 and I've heard a lot of people raving about this sponge to do concealer, and it's just this cute little guy. I'm just gonna pat out my concealer a little bit with it. It is kind of the perfect shape for under your eyes. And pat out my lids a little bit before we go on to the eyeshadow. And I love the e.l.f. sponges. I love the pink one. I have one somewhere that I lost. I need to get a new one. I'm really bad about buying new sponges. I just keep washing the same ones I own because I'm stubborn like that. For eyeshadow, I have a new palette. It's from the brand Realher. They were kind enough to send over a few products for me to try. So I do have a few products from them. I don't know how many we're going to use, but we are going to use this eyeshadow palette. And it's the Make It Happen Shadow Palette. And these are really pretty kind of neutral shades for every day. I think there it's kind of like taupey pinks. It's coming across a little more green against my shirt, but they're kind of neutral browny pinks. And the thing I like about this brand is they are cruelty-free, tack-free, paraben-free, gluten-free. And then everything has kind of a motivating name to it. Like the shadow names are Driven, Limitless, Invincible, Bodacious, Dazzling, Indomitable, Awesome, Terrific, and Unshakable. And then like the lipstick they sent me is their Girl Power lipstick, and the highlighter is the Confidence in My Glow. Like everything's super uplifting, which I like that. We're just gonna do a pretty simple eye look here. I'm gonna set my eyes with the neutral shade here called Driven with a fluffy brush. And I've heard from some people that these are powdery, but they do work well. I don't mind a powdery eyeshadow as long as I can get pigment out of it. Some of my favorite eyeshadows are more powdery, like the Anastasia. That's probably my favorite eyeshadow formula of all time, and those are totally powdery. I'm gonna mix the shades Invincible and Indomitable right here with a rougher 16 brush and just kind of build up a little outer corner shadow. This past week I did for my Celebrity Saturday. I do that every Saturday over on my Instagram page, and I recreate celebrity makeup looks. Well, this week I did the Katie Jane Hughes Academy because she posts a makeup look to follow every week, and I did that this week instead of Celeb Saturday or kind of for it. And I just felt like I learned so much about makeup artistry and just got me out of my comfort zone and trying new techniques. So I'm gonna take the shade Invincible here and just kind of buff over that. One thing that can help you with your eyeshadow shape is do your eyeshadow with your eyes open. So, because if you close it and only do it right here and then you open your eyes, your shadow can disappear. So you want to make sure you go over the fold and see where your shadow is going to lay when your eyes are open. I'm just trying to get away from the same old things I always do. And I'm kind of buffing that over the lid a little bit and into the inner corner to give some depth. Let's try the shimmers in here. They don't look like they're going to be the most impactful shimmers ever. I'm going to take the shade Limitless right here and just take it down the center of my lid and kind of up a little bit. Pour some light down the center of my lid, and then I'm gonna kind of buff out that outer corner again. They're pretty, I think these are good beginner kind of eyeshadows if you're not used to something super intense. These are a little more tame for shimmers, if you will, but they're pretty. I also think I'm going to shake a little bit of the shade Awesome on my pinky and just kind of meld the shimmer and that darker shade together. And then let's take some of the Driven shade and just brighten up that inner corner a little bit. And I'm going to take some of the Invincible Indomitable shades and just buff them across the lower lash line. So kind of meld everything together. And I'm kind of even going up into that wing. If you're worried about fallout or anything like that, or kind of being too messy with your shadow, at the end you can always take your sponge or brush with concealer on it and just buff out those edges a little bit. That's really all we're gonna do for the eyeshadow. I think it's really pretty. They're not the most pigmented shadows I've ever used, but that's okay. It just, you know, depends what you're going for. But I think this is like the perfect palette for everyday looks. I totally lied. I have a primer that I need to try. It's this Pixie Brightening Perfector. And it looks like this, and then I think you're supposed to blend it out and then it kind of blends in with your skin tone. Totally forgot to try this. Whoopsie. I've had this for a while now and I got this from them in PR and it looks nice. I think it's kind of like this Ciaté drops that kind of blend with your skin tone. Whoopsie, I'll have to try this and report back my thoughts on it for you guys later. I do have a liquid liner to try. This was also sent to me in PR a while ago and I need to test it out. It's the Ciaté Stamp and Drag liner duo. So I think it's like a liner stamp. Yeah, it's a liner stamp on one side. You can see that. Scared. And then a felt liner on the other. See if there's any directions here. Apply wing stamp to outer corner of eye. Use felt tip to line the eye and join the wing. Seems easy enough, but I'm a little scared because I typically don't. I've never used a liner stamp in my life. So we're just gonna take the stamp here and line it up. I'm a little scared. I'm trying to line it up right and I just don't know how. Okay, I got a stamp on. I'm not even gonna stamp anymore. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm scared I'll wreck it more, and then I'm just gonna connect the dots here. That's interesting. I think it makes liner maybe more complicated than it needs to be. If you're a beginner, sure, but I don't like how my liner looks, I'll say that much. I'm gonna do this side real quick. But the liner itself is nice. Okay, that side turned out better. I think I would use the regular liner side, but I don't think I'll ever use the stamp again. I think they're more distant cousins and twins. But I have another Ciaté product for mascara. It's the Wonderwand mascara, another product that was sent to me in PR. I apologize, a lot of these products are sent to me, but it's just how it is when you run a page like this. I don't have money to spend, you know, on makeup every day, and I'm very thankful to get new makeup to try for free in exchange for reviews, or if I want to even post reviews. A lot of these are not, I have no obligation to post about these, but getting PR really helps me keep my content up, and I'm able to try new products without spending all my money because I could not afford all the makeup that's in my beauty room. So just a little thing about PR. It doesn't mean I wouldn't buy their products or I don't like it or I wouldn't post about it anyway. It's just, you know, it kind of is how it is when you are in the beauty space. I would never post a dishonest review just because I got something in PR. I try to be very honest with my reviews regardless if I like the brand or not. So let's just apply this mascara. It's like, it reminds me of the Too Faced Better Than Sex wand or the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which I actually I like both of those mascaras a lot. So, and I prefer a natural bristle wand, but lately I've been really into the Il Makiage Icon mascara that I just opened. But I figured since I'm trying new products, I'll open a new mascara. All right, that's one coat. It looks all right. It's not giving me, it's a little clumpy, not giving me as much length as I would want. But first impressions on mascara are hard because a lot of them are better after they dry out for a few days. Yeah, a little clumpy, but we'll keep trying it. And that's what's hard about first impressions, is that I can only tell you what I'm thinking right now, and my true opinions come after I use a product more. So I might try to post like a speed reviews type video in the future that it's kind of like what Jessica Braun posts, and to see, you know, to give you my further thoughts on products I gave my first impression on. I also give more in-depth reviews on my Instagram page. It's under Erin's Beauty Obsession as well. You can't really give your full thoughts on a first impression. Yeah, a little clumpy, and I'm not super impressed so far. So we'll have to keep trying that. As I'm wearing this foundation, I'm noticing more and more that it's emphasizing the dry. I have dry patches in the middle of my face like always, and I don't know if you can see, like here and on my nose, it's just really emphasizing those. So I don't know if sometimes using a sponge helps, but I'm not loving that. I'm gonna just apply a little more as if that will help. It could be my base. I obviously need to try this in different ways, but okay. Bronzer. I have another new product. It's the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Glow Bronzer Luminous Lifting Lasting Liquid Bronzer in the shade Faux Tan. This is my other product I've picked up at TJ Maxx for $9.99, and I think this is usually $29. And it's a liquid bronzer. This was actually on my favorites list from Ulta to buy because Katie Jane Hughes always posts about this. My friend Jillian also posts about this. She's an amazing makeup artist. They just post about how easy this product is to blend. And a lot of times they just put a little, I'm gonna shake it up really good. They put a little in the palm of their hand. And this, I've swatched this, it's definitely a glowy bronzer. I'm gonna really work it into the brush. That's how I like, if something's really pigmented, I like to apply it in the brush first. And then you have a little more control over where it's going. It's nice and natural, it's pretty. I wish it was a tad more cool toned. They also had the shade Warmth there, but I assumed that would be even more warm tone than this. And it is really glowy. It reminds me of the finish of the Tower 28, kind of glowy finish it gives. Got a little much on my cheek there. But this is really pretty. I definitely like this. I knew I would though. I was just waiting to try it. I'm gonna clean up my cheek with just a little bit of concealer because it went a little bit lower and I just want it to clean up a little bit. I don't always do this, but sometimes when I'm messy with my bronzer, I will clean up my cheeks just a little bit. I'm not gonna powder my face because I'm already looking dry and I don't have a new powder, so. What else do we have to try here? I do have a new highlight from Realher as well. It's the Confidence in My Glow highlighter. And this is probably the product I'm most excited to try. It just looks like a stunning kind of golden champagne highlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that on my brush. It's pretty. And we'll do my other side here. That blends into the skin beautifully without being like, I was worried it would be kind of chunky or too much. Definitely not. Yeah, that is beautiful. Very impressed by this. I don't know if they have more shades or not of their highlight, but it seems like a pretty kind of champagne shade that will work for a lot of skin tones. For blush, I'm going to use this is the Kosas Color and Light Pressed Powder Blush and Highlighter in the shade Papaya 1972. I won this in a giveaway from my friend Taylor. And I think I used it once and I really wasn't sure on my thoughts on it. I used the highlighter and I didn't really love it. It was like too gold metallic looking. So it's a highlight bronzer duo. I used the highlight and it was just really powdery looking. But I want to try the blush again because I don't really remember how I felt about the blush. These are super powdery, if you can tell in the pan. They just look, they fluff up a lot. But we're just going to use the blush side. I've never tried the powders from Kosas. I have the 8th Muse Cream Duo, which I absolutely love, but I've never tried the powders. It's pretty. It's definitely pigmented, and I think I got a little bit of the highlight in there. I don't know if it's my favorite blush ever, but I need to keep trying it. I definitely can say though that I prefer their creams over their powders. I have powder blushes that I like more. I have a few lip products here. I have two from Realher, the I Am Bright High Shimmer Lip Gloss. This is like a golden shimmer lip gloss. And the packaging on this is super cute. It's this little component here. So that's what that, ooh, I'm bad at swatching. That's what it looks like. So maybe we'll apply that on top. And then I have the Girl Power lipstick. The packaging looks like this. The one thing, it doesn't really seem like the top stays on to this, but this is a moisturizing lipstick. And let me show you the shade on the back of my hand here. That's right up my alley. And then the other lip product I've had for a long time that I haven't had a chance to try is this. It was a package of K-Beauty PR that I got. I got a bunch of Kaja products, some I Do Care, and then this is a newer brand to me. It's called Pony Effect, and this is their Powder Touch Lip Color. Don't mind my dog, Charlie got a hold of this box. And the packaging is super pretty. And this is the shade Unlock It. So there's that. And then this is like more of an orangey toned lip. It smells good. It's definitely more of like a moussey liquid lip, if you can see that. But I think the Realher lipstick is gonna go more with this look. So that's what we're gonna do. And I'm not gonna apply lip liner. This is super shiny and creamy for a lipstick. And I also have seen, I think I've seen some of their lipstick at Costco in like a set. I love me a good Costco trip. It's pretty. I don't love the smell of it. It smells really chemically. The lipstick itself is really pretty. This is so creamy and emollient. It's definitely not one that you would want to wear if you were about to go wear a mask, because it's almost like a very glossy lipstick, but I'm super into that shade. That's my kind of shade. So guys, that's it. That is my full face of new to me makeup. If you enjoy these kind of chatty try-on videos, let me know. I'm gonna try to form my thoughts on all these products I tried in this video and my other first impressions video, and give you more of my full thoughts, because I do really think it's hard when you're trying a bunch of new makeup together to give full thoughts on everything, because everything's kind of new to you and you're not sure what's mixing with what and what you actually like and what you don't. So I'm gonna try to do a kind of speed reviews video in the future on all these products once I form more thoughts. But if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.